as a kid, I was born in the 60s. And in the 60s, I was too young to truly experience this, but I still sort of felt the movement in the 70s. In the 60s, there was this race going on between the United States and Russia who was going to conquer outer space first. And to be very honest with you, Russia was the beating the United States' ass in this race. They had put the first, I don't know, monkey in space. And so President Kennedy said, we're going to put the first man on the moon. And there was this movement to do this throughout the entire decade of the 1960s. And it was exhilarating from the things that I've read. It was exciting. It brought the whole country together in a competitive way. And whether you believe that the moon landing is real or not is beside the point. My point is that this created this fascination with a brand new frontier. It was called space, outer space. And I lived with this excitement in the 70s as I was a little older. And I read books about the United States. I actually wanted to be an astronomer. This was the first thing I remember ever wanting to be in my life. Not a fireman, not a policeman, but an astronomer, because the atmosphere was charged with this fascination about a new frontier called outer space. And this spurred a plethora of new authors that became focused on writing fiction, novels about outer space, and things of this nature. Little did we know that we were actually going to start conquering a different space first, a space called cyberspace. And it is this cyberspace, not the outer space, but it's the cyberspace that came first. We discovered outer space first, but our lives began being sucked not into outer space first. Our lives have been being sucked into cyberspace. And Bitcoin is the continuation of this movement of our lives into a new space, a new frontier. And now we have something of value, discovered something of real value that is not controlled by any man. It's not manipulated by any man, because it's not from the world of man. It's the world of cyberspace. It's the digital realm. This thing of value operates without human intervention. Its rules are clear for all to see and mapped out for eternity. And it's absolutely mathematically provable to every human being that it is scarce and finite. This is not a guess. This is not a speculation. This is mathematically true and can be verified by any human being on Earth.